One of the most basic things that everybody learns is that you got to send the same amount of level into your effects if you expect those effects to perform the same. In other words, you're putting it into a chorus effect. You want the chorus effect to sound the same the whole time? You got to send the same amount of level in. Same thing with a compressor. More so even. If you send less level in a compressor, the gain reduction's different. It's going to sound different. Compressors add a sound. So let's just take a look at what I'm talking about. You want to look at like an uneven performance, let's say, like a vocal performance. And you want to even that out so that the level hitting your compressor becomes the same throughout the entire time the compressor's working. That way you can set it to whatever you want, 3, 4 dB gain reduction, 5, whatever it is. Pick a number, but then it's the same the whole time. So you get your sound and it's the same, consistent. That's the goal. So let me show you what I'm talking about, all right? Over here, 1176 compressor, and this is just a vocal. Now this vocal, if you notice, loud, quiet, loud, quiet. Now what I'm gonna do is hit play and just show you what I'm talking about.
This is what a vocal level looks like when it goes crazy up and down and low and super low. And it's over you, but it's a kind of the house. Samba pachu, sin gato, sin game, sin gordo. Hello, 2, 3, 4. Hello, 1 and 2 and 3. Check.
All right, what do you notice? Other than the fact that that was ridiculous, there is some parts that are very quiet like this. Listen.
Hello, 2, 3, 4. Hello, 1 and 2 and 3.
Some of those times is like 1 to 2 dB of gain reduction. Some of the time it's like 7 to 10 dB of gain reduction. It goes crazy. So the idea is we got to fix that. We're going to look at this signal and I'm going to just start breaking it. Now, this is how I do it. There's about 3 ways to do this and probably more. So if you just start Apple E on a Pro Tools setup, if you're using a Mac, we'll start breaking the clips. Now, I look to break where I see inconsistencies. So where this was a little loud, I'm actually going to make that a little lower. Where this is a little low, I may turn that up a little bit. If I see a spot within a spot like this that's a little low, I may go in and just manipulate this. Now, if you notice, you'll start to notice this stuff. That's a breath. Now, this breath, I just know what it looks like. Or it's actually an S or ch sound. So, all right, epic fail. Anyway, that sound right there is a sound that we don't want a lot of. We're probably going to want to lower this a lot. Now, like I said, there's other ways to do it. So this is the way I prefer, but you could also just highlight it, shift control, and then down, and that lowers and raises the clip gain. You see the number changing? So shift control down arrow or shift control up arrow if you want it to go down or up. Also, you can come up here and go to view clip and turn on the clip gain line, which makes it even more messy. So, I mean, it depends what you want, but like now you can raise and lower the clips just wherever you've broken it up. You can then raise and lower the clips there. So, you know, to me, this just adds another horizontal line that I don't need, so I don't prefer it. But, you know, people love it for the same reason, I think. So, anyway, to each his own. You go through, you even this thing out, you make it where it's relatively even. And again, you don't want to make everything, let's say, like this loud, if that was your loudest part, because you want to be conscious of the meter. This is going to be in the yellow or the red. So you want to just always be popping over and looking at your meter, which is actually way over here for me. But look at that meter, and if it's too loud, you're going to be making stuff lower. All right? So now that we're back, let's see. I'm going to basically just go through real quick visually. I always do this while I'm listening to it because that's going to help. And you may find certain things, you know, make sense being a little louder, a little lower, whatever. But the idea is you're not trying to kill the dynamics. You're just trying to do the work of the piece of gear that they should have had on it when they recorded in order to get a consistent level. Because gear works better when the levels are consistent. That's just how it is. All right. So now that you got your stuff relatively leveled out, all right. And again, you may go in and you can really fine tune this. And you see, like, use these chop functions, and you could basically edit and stuff. So like I'm fading out, I'm fading in. You could also do things like select the whole thing and do a batch fade. I mean, depends on what you're doing. If it's a lead vocal, I wouldn't recommend that because you're going to hear the lead vocal prominently in the front. If it's a background instrument or something, feel free, batch fade all day, but again, use your ears, to each his own. You got this. Grain of salt. This was extremely important in my development. Maybe it will be in yours also if you don't already do it. But let me know in the comments if you got any questions. This is Custom Cut Studios. Evan Jaffe. Take it easy. Speak to you soon. You guys got this, by the way. You got this. Take it easy.